people, what is up? Fosh Anime here, bringing you another Railgun S review, episode 8 this week, because episode 7 kind of ended off on Misaka kind of destroying several labs around Academy City, which revealed that she only had 2 more left to go, and it kind of picks up right around there. But episode 8 starts with this, like, an unknown group of espers kind of fighting these guys wearing tuxedos and stuff like that. I guess they're kind of mob characters or something. I don't really know who they are, but they're just, you know, trash fodder characters, you want to call them. And with them, these girls kind of like overpower these guys and beat them easily. And as they're, you know, finishing their mission of whatever they're doing, they get a phone call. I guess the leader gets a phone call, and they're like, you know, I guess they get a new job. So basically, this group, their code name is called Item, and they're kind of like, I guess, you just hire them. They're probably like hitman style. You just, if you have the money, they'll do whatever you ask if they get, you know, paid. And things start, you know, with them for a little bit. They're in the van, kind of overgoing this mission they're going to take on, and they're, I guess, the only really fed information about there's a ELECTROMASTER Esper who's attacking our labs. So it's this the I guess lab people that are paying these 4 girls or 5 girls to, you know, take care of whatever is destroying their labs, because they're, you know, getting a little aggravated with it. Because they only have 2 more left in a coordinated timeline, and they kind of quickly agree to accept this mission without really knowing who they're attacking or what level this person is. And Misaka goes through her usual routine of sneaking out at night, and she arrives at one of the labs. But unknown to her, there's a Esper named FRENDA. She's kind of hiding in this lab waiting for her. And FRENDA is kind of a weird character. She doesn't really have any magical powers, or not magical powers, any Esper powers of her own. But I think with the codename Item, all these characters use some type of item to amplify or boost their power. But in FRENDA's case, she doesn't really have any powers, so she relies on explosives. That's what she does. She makes traps and everything. But using like little stuffed animals, or she has this tape, like masking tape, that she puts all over the walls or all the floors, and whenever she touches with like a lighter or whatever, it sets off these fuses and it burns through things, and it causes explosions and things like that. So, but before Misaka got there, I guess FRENDA put all these traps and everything around this lab, and like, so the whole place is booby trapped, so Misaka just can't run in there and just blow it up like she normally. And eventually Misaka gets into the lab, and FRENDA kind of attacks her a little bit. Like, the bombs and stuff goes off, and she's basically luring Misaka into this room. It's basically the core of the episode is this little blonde girl trying to lead Misaka up the stairs, and she causes all kind of hell for her. Misaka kind of like blows up the stairs, and so Misaka, using her electrical powers, so electricity powers, she can link pieces of metal that cut, and she makes like this bridge for herself. She can run across it. She can also lift the floor that gets blown up, and she makes these like shields around her. But inside the little cracks of the things she picks off the ground is stuffed animals, and they explode, and she has to like shoot herself away from the explosion using a magnet power, which is kind of dangerous for her because she doesn't have a way to stop herself. So I guess she uses like the iron in her body to magnetize to another metal object, and that kind of gives her like I guess a boost. She can like fly across the room if she wanted to. But yeah, the landing's not so great. And so while them two fight, Misaka eventually gets into this room, and FRENDA kind of locks her in, and they both kind of have a back and forth talk, and like, oh, I'm gonna beat you, you know, you're not so powerful, because FRENDA doesn't realize Misaka is level 5, and they kind of fight it out a little bit. And during their, kind of towards the end of their fight, FRENDA makes the room fill with, technically she says, gas. So Misaka can't use her electricity powers because they're in a small room, there's no air in there, so it could cause an explosion and kill both of them. Which is kind of interesting, kind of a crazy way of fighting. And as they fight, FRENDA's more of a, it looks like she's more of a, kind of a hand-to-hand, maybe uses her feet a lot. But she's very protective of her legs because Misaka tries to blow up the room, and she just freaks out and runs away. And unknown to her, Misaka kind of figures it out that the room is not, you know, full of explosive gas because FRENDA's using this spike on her shoe. She's trying to like kick her with this like spike, And she's like, well, if she makes a spark with her shoe and the weapon, it'll cause a spark, and they'll both die. And she kind of figures that this girl wouldn't kill herself now, would she? And they kind of fight it out a little bit, and Misaka eventually overpowers this girl easily with her power, and like stuns her. And after she figures out the gas is dangerous, so it just stuns her, knocks her out. Well, not doesn't knock her out, but asks her for information. But FRENDA can't really speak. So I guess she's been electrified, shocked, whatever you want to call it. And before Misaka can actually get ready to shock this girl, because she's like, well, you're used to me, she's just gonna shock her and knock her out and kind of leave. The walls next to Misaka kind of start to melt, and these 3 like green laser beams fly towards her, and she jumps out of the way. And they show, I call her the leader of the item group, because she's the most, I guess she's level 5, and she's ranked number 4 because her ability, which not very much of a spoiler because you see in the opening every week, it's high level, like I would look at it as like a laser beam basically. You can cut through anything. Her name's like Meltdown, so she can like melt towards anything, and yeah. So FRENDA kind of like is all happy and excited that, oh, my friend's here to save me, and she kind of like, well, I'll take care of this girl. You guys go ahead, because they're getting paid to, take care of the problem, and so they're in it for the money. There are others on this team. We didn't really get to see them though. Only other one you saw besides FRENDA was a girl named Raiko. She like was wearing, I think, like an orange jacket, a hoodie, and that's about it. I mean, we get to see the level 5 Esper, the Meltdown girl. That's Shizuo. I don't know how to say her name, but yeah, she's there, and that's kind of where the episode kind of ends, with Misaka kind of like watching this girl like, oh well, now I'm in trouble. Because FRENDA did actually cause a lot of damage to Misaka, but more like wore her out than anything. She's kind of tired. But the other half of the episode was spent with Shinobu kind of going to the other lab to investigate what they're doing there. And I think she feels kind of responsible for what happened with the clone, so she's kind of taking it upon herself to take care of the other lab while Misaka does her thing. And I'm almost wondering if both of them have been working together from the start, since, like I said, she feels kind of guilty for what she did to the clones. And they didn't really show what she finds in the lab she's at, but I'm assuming she's going to find something important, maybe find Accelerator. I don't see her living too long, because you don't see her in Index at all. You don't see her in Railgun Season 1. So I'm assuming she just gets killed here pretty soon. But for the episode, that's pretty much it. A few things I would mention, maybe FRENDA, the way they kind of made her character speak and talk was kind of funny. I like how she interacted with Misaka. If you watched a couple of shows last season, she was in Good Job Club. She was Mal, the girl with orange hair. And the season before that, she was Rika from Chinubio. She was in that. She also was in K as like a minor character. Sanka Ray as, Ray a long time ago. And I think even last season would be the Vivid Red Operation. She was in that show as well, so she's kind of interesting. She's kind of new to me, but yeah, that was the highlight of the episode, just FRENDA, just how she speaks. I like that. And that's been the episode 8 review of Railgun S. Catch you next time for episode 9 for more epic fights with Misaka. So, that's been my review. Take care and have a